Alright, so in this video we're going to replace this old chandelier with Fandelier is installed. So looks like a chandelier, has the retractable hidden blades up top. So show you a little bit of how the install went and then give you my final review on it. Alright, so here's the lighting in our dining room. Have two big windows that face the sun, and the vent register supplies, there's two on the floor here. And unfortunately, the return for AC system is also right there. So this side of the room stays pretty warm. As you can see, we have the fan over there. So like when we eat here, where my son likes to play with his Legos at the table and stuff, this room just stays hot. We are going to get some drapes and stuff like that eventually, but wanted to kind of put a fan in here to help with the room. Didn't really know what I was looking for. I thought a normal ceiling fan would probably look pretty tacky. So I started looking up fan ideas for dining rooms, and I discovered Fandeliers. So at least that's what a lot of people are calling, but they're calling them. But basically it's a crystal chandelier, LED lighting, that has hidden retractable fan blades on top. So go ahead and get this removed and we'll get this installed. Alright, old chandelier is out. That thing was actually quite heavy, so note, be careful moving your old chandelier. Which is actually good because this one says it's heavy too. I think in the reviews people say, hey, this is a really heavy fan and chandelier. It is. I mean, these crystals alone are heavy, and there's quite a few of them. So I already made sure my mount is good, it's solid, and again, I already had a heavy light on it, so I'm not worried about my mount. The brand I got, I should talk about that. They Nut Crust. Yep, and that's what they decided to go with. So it does have some install directions, color pictures. Looks pretty straightforward. Some of the complaints with some of these on Amazon were like crappy directions, but these seem to be pretty good. So I'm not going to do a full step-by-step install. If there's anything I find notable, I'll bring you back and explain to you how I figured it out or overcame it. It does come with two different length drop rods. I think one's 5-inch and one's like 10-inch. We went with this rose gold color to match what we like. There's tons of colors: silver, black, brass, regular gold. But you have the main fan and motor, and then the shroud with all these like side crystals, and which they're actually already installed, looks like. Yeah, the side crystals are all installed. So I guess these are extras? I don't know. But it does have an LED driver, LED light, and it has a wireless light and fan controller and a remote, which is also pretty cool. But I'm going to go ahead and start the install. Again, if I find anything difficult with the install, I'll bring you back. Alright, so I did run into a snag. I had an old 3-inch box in the ceiling. I had to install a new 4-inch box. And now I got the fan mount on. Not a problem with the product. Most fans require a 4-inch box. It just so happened I had a smaller one, so I did have to swap mine out. And we'll go ahead and start finishing the install. Alright, so I got the fan mounted. It was pretty straightforward and easy. It has a wireless controller for the remote up there. Has a blue, black, and white for the light, motor, and neutral. And then the other side's black and white go to the house, hot and neutral, and then the ground. And then it has the two little cover plates. One just slips on to cover up that end, and then that one screws on. So while I have this on, I already cut the breaker back on. Kind of show you the fan expanding on its own. Pretty cool. So I just gotta install the light, the LED light, and then the chandelier crystals, and we'll be finishing this up. So I thought this part was pretty cool. So the LED driver has magnets, and then the LED board on the bottom is all magnets too. So it just magnets up to this, and then you hook up the two wires. I think that's kind of cool. I don't know why, but And see, it's got magnets on the bottom. So go ahead and plop that up and hook up the 2 wires, and we'll get the light hooked up. So I'm on the final stretch here. So LED was magneted up, wired up. They did short me 1 wire nut, so I used electrical tape. I didn't want the orange showing through, so I taped them up with black anyway. And then this whole shroud that had the crystals, flat crystals on it already, attached with 4 screws. I just needed a long enough screwdriver to go between the crystals, screwed in. And now I have a ton of these prism crystals that are going to go all along here. So I'm going to put those all in one at a time, and install will be done. So we got the chandelier with the fan. Again, we removed this old traditional chain hung chandelier. Install really wasn't bad. Some parts were tedious. You have to put all these crystals on and hang them individually. It was a little tedious, but it turned out great. Here's the remote. It does come with an mount to mount for the remote, so you can mount it to the wall. But there's kind of the look. We're going to turn the fan on low using the remote. You'll see the blades come out like I showed you earlier, which is pretty cool. It's super quiet, so I turned off my fan in the corner because I thought maybe it was bleeding out some of the sound of this, but with that fan off, I can't even hear this one at all. So there's low, turn it up to medium. I can hear just the slightest humming of the motor and a little bit of wind now. We'll go high. A little bit of noise. I don't know if that's coming up on the camera, but it's about what I would expect. Actually, probably a little quieter for being on high speed. So it does move a good amount of air. I can see things blowing away on the table. It's still all dirty from working, but and it also has 3 different colors. So this is the standard white light color. You can cycle through this amber. Actually, I really like that. It has a nice feel to it. And then the last one is like a mix of the white and amber, which almost gives you a bluish twinge. I don't know if that shows up good. And then back to regular white. Some of the crystals, and it is real quick crystals. This thing is heavy. It's pretty well built. I don't really have any complaints about that. But yeah, install is done. Yeah, so if you're looking to get one of these, I can recommend them. I like the hidden fan concept. I like the different colors. I like the LED. So, all right, thanks for watching. Bye. Oh, and I'll leave a link in the description to the exact model I got. All right, later.